Why are Rolex watches a good investment? Rolexes have become harder to find over the past few years. Their demand is outpacing their supply by a wide margin. As a result, resellers can benefit greatly from the demand-supply imbalance by charging high prices. Beginning in 2022, Rolex raised the cost of its goods. Their online store serves as evidence of this. Many watch lovers also wish that they could profit from purchasing and selling timepieces. Without a doubt, the best brand to use to make money is Rolex. And we've chosen for you in this video these 5 Rolex watches that you might want to buy in 2022. So as you know, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, please hit the subscribe button. Also, click the like button. Enable the bell icon to get notifications for upcoming videos. Number 5. The Ref 16570 Rolex Explorer 110. The Rolex Explorer II Ref 16570 was released in 1989 as the successor to the Ref 16550, when the Explorer II still had a 40mm case size. It had a number of important improvements over its forerunner. Well, first of all, the Rolex Ref 16570 is equipped with the renowned caliber 3185, a significant technological advancement. Rolex changed the mechanism to the caliber 3186, a new movement that included a few modest modifications for the final batch of models. The watch is offered with either a white polar dial or a black dial. Rolex used black hour markers instead of the traditional white gold ones for the version with the white dial, which makes for a striking contrast. In addition, Rolex upgraded the lume on the Ref 16570 from tritium to luminova to superluminova throughout time. Without the original box and paperwork, prices for the Ref 16570 starts at around $7,500 to $7,500. Depending on the condition, a full set would cost between $8,000 and $11,000. That's a terrific offer, especially in light of the cost of the more recent Explorer II versions. The 40mm stainless steel case has a polished case flank and crown guard, with a stained finish on top of the lugs. This Explorer II stool watch spirit is very much alive, in large part because of the case. This 16570 features the older style case, which is noticeably narrower, with thinner lugs and smaller crown guard, as opposed to the super case featured in Rolex's contemporary line. The overall case profile is much more streamlined than those of its younger, bulkier siblings. Number 4. Rolex Submariner Ref 14060. The Submariner, which was initially created exclusively for scuba divers, has moved beyond its roots as a tool watch and is now worn by countless people throughout the world, many of whom do not dive at all. In genuine scuba diving applications, electronic dive computers have completely supplanted mechanical watches, giving modern dive watch buyers more options to select their timepieces based on a variety of other considerations besides how well they function underwater. From 1990 through 2010, Rolex produced the Rolex Submariner Ref 14060, during which time the watch received a number of minor upgrades. The movement was the source of the second significant upgrade. The more recent caliber 3130 was used by Rolex in place of the older caliber 3000. The Rolex Submariner Ref 14060M is the other name for this updated model. The starting price for the earlier Ref 14060 models are around $9,000 and they go up to $14,000. The price of the more recent Ref 14060M ranges from around $9,500 to $15,000, in excellent condition with the official box and documents. Overall, this Submariner Ref 14060 is likely to gain a reputation as a highly coveted classic over time. When buying a Rolex Submariner Ref 14060M, collectors have the option of choosing a formally sanctioned 4-line superlative chronometer edition, or staying true to the cleaner dial and far more vintage-inspired aesthetic offered by the older 2-liner variety. This is because the brand did not seek official chronometer certification for its Submariner no-date movements until 2007. When it comes to the Rolex Submariner, are the Ref 14060 and 14060M the best of the best? There are undoubtedly several things working in their favor. Each keeps the recognizable form of the classic antique references from the past. Both have the traditional dials without date windows or magnifying lenses, but they have the contemporary movements that Rolex has long relied on to earn its well-deserved position as an industry leader. Number 3. Rolex GMT-Master II Pepsi Ref 126710 BLRO. Up until 2007, Rolex updated Pepsi extremely gingerly. Pepsi had to be put on hold though, when it started offering steel GMT-Master II models with ceramic bezels. At the time, it seemed theoretically impossible to make a ceramic bezel with 2 colors, because red could not be produced in this advanced material successfully. One of these issues was resolved by Rolex in 2013, leading to the release of the first ceramic 2-tone scale in blue and black. In 2014, Rolex was able to produce the desired red tint, and the brand restored the renowned red and blue Pepsi bezel on a white gold watch. This very popular GMT-Master II in steel became known as Batman. The steel Pepsi is the first Rolex sports watch to include a 5-piece Jubilee band, which was previously exclusive to Datejust models, in order to distinguish it from the more expensive white gold Pepsi. It is questionable, however, whether this will comfort owners of the white gold version, given that the multi-linked Jubilee bracelet is more aesthetically pleasing than the 3-row Oyster bracelet. The Jubilee bracelet for the GMT-Master 2 employs the Oyster Lock folding clasp rather than the Oyster Clasp folding clasp. Unlike the Datejust, which is usually for sports models with an additional safety bar, the clasps have a similar appearance. Both provide the Easy Link extension piece, which extends the bracelet by 5mm and is useful when the wrist enlarges as a result of warmer weather or more exercise. To extend the bracelet without changing its appearance, half a link can be folded out from the clasp. Number 2. Rolex Day-Date Ref 18238. The stunning Rolex Day-Date reference 18238 is next on this list. Have you ever imagined paying less than $20,000 for a solid gold Rolex? A version bearing reference number 18238 may be found somewhere. Even though their cost has increased over the years, these remain reasonably priced when compared to contemporary Day-Date or some of the steel models. The beautiful vintage appearance of what can only be called royalty among Rolex watches is added on top of it. When the 36mm Rolex Day-Date reference 18238 was first released in 1988, it marked a significant improvement over the preceding model. The new caliber 3155's double quickset feature, which makes it simple to alter the day and date, was the main motivator. The day date in yellow gold on the President bracelet is 18238. With the day date, there is only one course of action. The watch has a number of dial variations, with the gold and black dials being my personal favorites. But you should see for yourself. Depending on its condition, a Rolex Day-Date can be purchased for anywhere between $17,000 and $24,000. Make certain to choose one with a sturdy bracelet. It will not only increase in value with time, but it will also be more enjoyable to wear. Number 1. Rolex Sea-Dweller reference 16600. The Sea-improved Dweller's water resistance, which results in a thicker case, is the main distinction between it and the Submariner. In order to enable deep diving, the Sea-Dweller also includes a helium escape valve on the left side of the case. The fabled Cyclops date magnifier is not present on this particular Sea-Dweller. Choose the Rolex Sea-Dweller reference 16600 if you want to enjoy the 40mm size and learn what makes the Sea-Dweller such a superb watch. The production of this watch lasted from 1989 until 2009. One of the most trustworthy automatic movements ever created. According to Expert, it oscillates at a high beat rate of 28.800 beats per minute. The balance has 2 microstella adjustment systems, which come in pairs. It has 4 screws along the balancing wheel that are evenly spaced out. It is supposed to be concealed inside the Oyster case and resist the harshest environments, hence its lack of any adornment. The date is not covered by a Cyclops lens on the Rolex Sea-Dweller. This is as a result of the Dweller's design as a serious piece of diving equipment. In order to accomplish this, the crystal's thickness had to be constant because glued Cyclops could not withstand the intense pressure underwater at such depths. The Sea-Dweller model series' distinguishing feature is the helium escape valve. Numerous other watchmakers have imitated and duplicated this technology, which Rolex copyrighted. HEV prevents moisture from harming the mechanism while allowing the case pressure to be released. It is a one-way valve with a spring-loaded response to a certain pressure level. The best part is that prices range from $9,000 to $14,000 depending on how well kept they are and whether they still have their original box and documentation. Given how momentous the release of the Sea-Dweller reference 16600 was, its price will definitely see rise over time. So which one of these was your favorite? Let us know in the comment section below. Thank you for watching, and please remember to subscribe and like. See you again at Pure Luxury.